inside a climate-controlled vault at Yale University's Beinecke Rare Book Library lies an object described as the world's most mysterious manuscript. It is a modest book, bound in a plain, stiffened goatskin cover, entirely devoid of a title or author. But the moment you turn its pages, you realize this book does not belong to the world we know. For over a century, this book has systematically destroyed the reputations of the world's most brilliant minds. Ancient linguists, world-renowned botanists, elite military cryptographers who shattered Nazi and Japanese wartime encryptions, they all hit the exact same brick wall. The Voynich Manuscript refuses to be read. Today, we step inside this 600-year-old labyrinth to dissect its bizarre contents and answer the ultimate question of our digital age. Can artificial intelligence finally crack the code that has baffled humanity for centuries? Or has AI just discovered that this book is a beautifully engineered trap for the human mind?
The mystery of this book begins in 1912. Wilfrid Voynich, a Polish revolutionary turned antique book dealer, visited the Villa Mondragone in Frascati, Italy. Tucked away inside a chest belonging to a Jesuit college in desperate need of funds, Voynich discovered an anomaly. It was a manuscript written in an alphabet he had never seen in all his years as a collector. It felt out of place, out of time, and deeply intoxicating. Voynich found a letter tucked inside the pages, dated 1665, written by Johannes Marcus Marci, the rector of Prague University. The letter revealed a dark, obsessive history. In the late 16th century, the Holy Roman Emperor Rudolf II, a ruler famously obsessed with the occult and alchemy, bought this manuscript for a staggering sum, 600 gold ducats. In today's currency, that is worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. Rudolf believed the book was written by Roger Bacon, a 13th century Franciscan friar rumoured to possess magical powers. Yet no matter how much gold Rudolf spent, none of his court sorcerers could extract a single secret from its pages.
For decades, skeptics claimed that Wilfrid Voynich had forged the entire manuscript himself to make a fortune. But in 2009, scientists at the University of Arizona subjected 4 different pages to rigorous radiocarbon dating. The results shattered the hoax theory. The vellum was created between 1404 and 1438, at the dawn of the early Renaissance. The book is real. 600 years ago, someone spent months, perhaps years, carefully crafting a masterpiece intended never to be understood by the outside world. To understand the sheer madness of this book, we must look at what is actually drawn inside. The Voynich manuscript is divided into 6 distinct sections. The first, and largest, is the botanical section. It features illustrations of over 113 species of plants. The terrifying part? Not a single one of these plants exists on planet Earth. Botanists have cross-referenced these drawings with millions of recorded plant species throughout history, and the result is a dead end. Some look like forced hybrids, the root of one species grafted onto the stem of another with the flowers of a third. Is this the flora of a hidden continent, or a garden grown only in the author's fever dreams?
Then comes the astronomical and astrological section. Here we are treated to massive, fold-out circular diagrams. We can recognize familiar zodiac symbols like Pisces, Taurus, or Sagittarius, but the arrangements of the stars around them do not align with any sky mapped by northern or southern hemispheres. The author drew their own cosmos, mapping the night sky from a completely different perspective, or perhaps a different planet entirely. But the most unsettling pages belong to the biological section. These pages are populated by drawings of small, naked women bathing in public pools filled with a thick green liquid. Strangely, these pools are interconnected by an intricate network of organic tubes and pipes that look disturbingly like human blood vessels, intestinal tracts, or internal organs. Some scholars argue this is a medieval guide to women's health or hydrotherapy. Others see it as something far darker, an alchemical manual detailing the creation of artificial life or the mapping of the human soul.
If this book were merely the random gibberish of a madman, the mystery in the book, dubbed Voynichese, is too perfectly structured to be a random hoax. The words obey Zipf's law, a statistical mathematical formula that measures the frequency of words in natural human languages. The letters are not random. The text has a rhythm, a syntax, and a grammar that is tighter and more consistent than English, Latin, or Arabic. It possesses all the structural traits of human speech. Yet it communicates absolutely nothing to us.
Enter artificial intelligence. In recent years, computer scientists trained advanced natural language processing models and deep neural networks on the manuscript. The AI was fed thousands of ancient languages, dialects, and historical ciphers. The results were immediate, yet profoundly frustrating. In 2018, an AI system from the University of Alberta claimed the text was a form of encrypted ancient Hebrew, but when humans read the AI's translated output, it was a chaotic salad of words that made no narrative sense. Another AI model suggested it was a lost proto-Romance language. It too failed to produce a readable paragraph.
Why is the most advanced technology in human history failing? Because AI operates on pattern recognition. It assumes that the author followed a logical system of translation. But what if the author did something far more sinister? This brings us to the ultimate dilemma. If the book is not a language and it's not a standard cipher, what is it? One compelling theory is that the Voynich Manuscript is a product of glossolalia, speaking or writing in tongues. Psychologists suggest the author may have been a brilliant scholar suffering from severe schizophrenia or an altered state of consciousness, writing in a state of autohypnosis. They weren't writing a code, they were channeling a continuous flow of non-linguistic patterns from their own fractured mind. The structure is perfect because our brains are hardwired to create patterns even when we lose touch with reality. If this is true, AI will never crack the Voynich Manuscript because there is no code to crack. You cannot translate a hallucination. For 600 years, the Voynich Manuscript has sat in absolute silence, watching empires rise and fall, watching humanity invent the steam engine, the atomic bomb, and the neural network. It stands as a chilling monument to the limits of human and artificial intelligence. It is a reminder that there are still dark corners of history where our brightest lights cannot penetrate. Is it a medical breakthrough lost to time? An elaborate prank designed to mock kings and supercomputers? Or a window into a mind that saw a world entirely different from our own? The manuscript remains open, yet entirely closed. What do you believe is written inside these pages? Let me know your theories in the comments below. Hit that subscribe button to join our expedition into the darkest corners of history. Until next time, keep questioning the past.